Hi, are you all digesting still?
I'm sorry?
Did you digest your food?
Yeah, I did. I went to bed shortly after I got home. I was exhausted yesterday. Mostly from the coughing, I think.
Yeah, the coughing is very hard.
hmm
Dory, they liked what you brought home?
Oh yes, it was a lot of chocolate, so I have to give them just a piece, and there's another big piece for a couple of more days in the fridge. So
And your husband doesn't want any?
nope, he's not crazy about sugar. So
Yeah, good for him.
yeah,
Well, I reported everything to Rosie that happened yesterday. Um, and she's looking forward to being part of the team and to pull the wagon forward. She also has very good energy and also has different connections and different ideas and culturally sensitive initiatives that she will bring forth, and I think it'll be wonderful to have her.
yes, me too. But she wants to be a secretary.
I didn't, I figured Dory's gonna say, well, we need a secretary. I did tell her Dory's gonna remain the treasurer. And then I figured, Miriam, stop there. Don't overwhelm her. Her foot is in a boot and she can't move. And don't scare her off right away.
I mean,
Okay.
maybe we can figure out something on a rotating basis because I know Deborah was trying to take minutes, but it's very hard to run the meeting and take minutes at the same time.
Yeah,
Correct.
it's not a good idea because you want to be focused and you want to hear everything that's going on. And at the same time, you're scribbling and you need to get the names right or whatever was said specifically. It's not a good idea.
Right. Just to explain to you guys that are already here, three of us are on the executive board of Wycoa, so I'm one of the co-chairs. And the other co-chair is leaving her job and also Wycoa because she's not going to be, in the area anymore. So that's what we're chatting about now, is going forward. Hey, Liz, look at Liz from Venice. She wasn't sure if the Wi-Fi would be good enough.
Hello. Yeah,
Hey.
it's less than great, but here I am.
James, could you just mark Liz on Zoom? Just a check mark there. Thank you. All right, obviously, we're as usual slow going here this morning, but
No worries. I'm gonna kill my audio and video until the meeting actually starts in earnest to
Yeah.
save battery.
okay.
But yeah, okay. Oh, is there somebody from Isabella at the meeting yet?
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. All right, I'll check back in when it starts in earnest.
okay.
Ciao. Ciao.
Liz is on the road again. She's in Venice.
Wow. You wanna get rid of that dotted?
From Paris.
You wanna get rid of that dotted?
Huh?
That this media is content of me being sent to third party, you wanna get rid of that?
Ebenezer has to do that piece.
Yeah, I can do it. No, I can do
Yeah.
it.
I think. I haven't seen any place
Yeah,
here.
it's a dotted. It's good.
Good morning, Julie.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Well, thank you.
Did you run?
The rain held off. It was fine. Thank you so much. It's those mornings where they predict a 40% chance of rain that you're not sure you want to set your alarm that early or not because but it was good. It was fine.
Gonna give it a couple more minutes before we get started. Haven't heard from Joseph. I'm assuming he's coming.
Just keep this angle like that, so this camera is shooting over here. Don't move it, don't move it, because it's shooting there.
Okay. Also James Dory Garcia, public member. You got it. Okay, thank you. Our main speaker is not able to come on until 11, so I thought Tony would go early.
Works for me.
Diane is trying to log on. Diane Ashley from Isabella and MJHS. She's
Okay.
having trouble. I told her to go through the registration link that was sent out earlier in the week. You can
Mhm.
do it like that.
Thank you, Miriam.
Carol didn't come to the last meeting. Is she all right? Because
Carol
she's
Van,
Carol Weeks.
Carol Weeks. You know, I haven't had a chance to call her and, I don't know. I know she has trouble, getting on the internet too, much of the time. So. I would give her a call right now, but you know what? I left my cell phone at home. That's not helpful. Which means I'm gonna have to go back home after this meeting and get it to be able to continue my day.
Yeah.
There is Diane.
Is she on now?
Yep.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm being aware of everybody's time. Ebenezer, I think we can get started.
Recording in progress.
Yes, we own. You can go.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. Welcome to the Committee for Concerns of the Aging of Community Board 12 on this Thursday, June 6th. And we are opening this meeting at 10:45 a.m. We don't have quorum from the committee, but we will get started with our presentations. Our main presenter from SAGE is not coming on until 11, but I thought we'd do some other things before that. So let's do introductions first, make sure everybody knows everybody. Again, I'm Mary Anderson. I'm chair of this committee. James?
James Bosley, member of this committee, of Community Board 12 in general, and the Traffic and Transportation Committee. Also
Thank you.
member of Oak Theater.
Liz?
Hi, Liz Ritter, longtime member of Community Board 12 and member of this committee, and greetings from the Biennial in Venice.
All right, make us all jealous. Story.
Good morning, everyone. Dory Garcia, Executive Director, ARC 16 for Washington, Inc., public member of this committee, and officially new co-chair with Mary and Waikoa.
Miriam?
Congratulations.
Miriam Rabner, Outreach Coordinator and Cultural Sensitivity Liaison for MJHS. I'm a board member of WAIKOA, and I'm a community member of this committee.
Right, Ilana? Ilana, you're muted.
Okay.
There you go.
Ilana Gunner, Executive Director of Riverstone Senior Life Services.
Thank you. Lady?
Morning, everyone. Lady Jorge Peña, Director at Star Citizen.
Diane?
Good morning, Diana Ashley, Chief Marketing Communications Officer for Isabella Center and MJHS Health System.
Thank you. Shuli?
Good morning, everyone. Shuli Gottman. I'm the director of Mariah Senior Center, and I'm also on the board of WAIKOA.
Fabulous. I'm hoping that some more people will join us, but we'll get started. And to my left here at the table is one of our presenters who I did not get on the agenda because it was a late edition and just didn't get a chance. But Tanya Bonner is here to talk about a research project. And Tanya, take it away.
Do you have the email I sent with the presentation?
I'm sorry?
The email I sent with the presentation, the PowerPoint.
Can we also acknowledge that Tanya is a former member of Community Board 12 and we miss her?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
Thank
what I said
you.
to her when she came in. I said, back on your old stomping grounds. Yay, Tanya. I do not have.
Amen.
You have to give me a second. I'm sorry, because I have to load up the presentation. I sent it to Mary, your email.
Ebenezer can come in and help with that maybe.
Okay. Ebony, or can you tell him, or I don't know how this goes, so,
I don't even,
okay.
I'm not the
Can you
technical.
please send me the presentation to my email?
Sorry?
Can you please send the presentation to my email?
You have,
I'm sending it now.
you have, okay, yes.
Can you give me your email again, Ebony? I'm sorry, it's been a while.
ebsmith@cb.nyc.gov.
Got it. All right. We got that, everyone? Oh. I just sent it.
Okay.
Okay, it went through on your end because I haven't received it yet.
Okay,
I know it take a little bit for the city system to.
yeah, hold on a second. I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that. Yeah, I did send it. I can send it again.
Are you aware, Mary, that Joseph wants to join?
Yep, I got him.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm in. I'm sorry. I was not able to be there in person right now.
That's okay.
Ebenezer, let me know if you see it.
Do we have quorum? James?
We only have two people here in person.
Right. Okay, but then we've got 3 people on Zoom, right?
Carol just called me. She couldn't find the link, so I just sent it to her.
I count for quorum on Zoom, so I don't know how many you need for quorum, but we have 3 people.
Yeah, so 3.
James, Mary, and
That's
myself.
his quorum. So we don't have quorum, but
Ebenezer, did you find it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, thank you.
okay, we're just waiting, Joseph, for this presentation. Are you able to take the minutes on Zoom, Joseph?
Yes, I can. Yes, no problem.
Okay. We're waiting. Tanya Bonner is here to present on a research project. And you know, Tanya is a former member of CB12, but she's presenting on something else. Presenter from Sage is unable to get on until 11, so I said we would have Tanya do her presentation first.
Do you want to stand here and do the
Oh,
presentation?
yeah, where do we go? To stand over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colombia.
Yes.
We navigate.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And when you finish, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Apologize for the delay. My name is Tanya Bonner, as Mary Anderson indicated. I am with the Wahi Inwood Task Force on Noise. And, as Liz mentioned, I am a former board member. And I am here to present this presentation on behalf of Dr. Marcus Hilbert, who is with Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health, who cannot join us this morning. But we will be giving an identical presentation this evening. We will both be here at the Health and Environment Committee meetings this evening. And this study is, what's happening is there's gonna be a public health study that Columbia University received funding for. It's an environmental noise and sleep health in a noise burden community in NYC study. So we're gonna be looking specifically at the impacts of noise on sleep health in Washington Heights and Inwood. And just wanted to introduce you all to the study team, which you see me at the top. And then we have, sorry. Okay, we have Dr. Arlene Bronzat, who is a very well-known environmental psychologist, who is also she is a.
I want to make sure people can see it.
Yeah, just, okay.
But you go ahead, people can listen to it.
Okay, so Dr. Arlene Bronzat, who is a renowned environmental psychologist, is also an advisor for our task force, the Noise Task Force, but she is also going to be a panelist at this at an event that we're going to be having to launch this study that we're going to talk about later.
So that once people.
Sorry, give me a second.
People are able to see the link, share this.
Can people not see?
No,
Okay, so I need to start over.
not really, they can continue because I want. Have you seen them? Okay, now people can see it.
Can people see the?
Yes, people can see it now.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
You see in the book.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
See, okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize people couldn't see. So, going back, Okay, going back, I just wanted to introduce the title of the public health study, which is Environmental Noise and Sleep Health in a Noise Burden Community in NYC. As I mentioned before, the study is going to be conducted by researchers at the Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health. And it will focus on Washington Heights as a pilot study. So it will focus on Washington Heights and Inwood residents, just to study the impact of noise on sleep health. And this is our study team. As you can see me at the top. There's also Dr. Arlene Bronzat, who is a renowned environmental psychologist. She is also an advisor, has been an advisor for years, of course, and she will be a panelist at a launch event for the study that I'll talk about later in the presentation. Dr. Noor Makaran is an assistant professor at Columbia University. This person is going to be leading the sleep study part of this study. And there is also Dr. Stephen Chilrud, who is a professor at Columbia University, who will also be leading this study, as well as Dr. Marcus Hilbert, who is the principal investigator. The reason we focusing on starting this pilot at Washington Heights and Inwood is because this particular community has been overburdened by noise and noise complaints throughout the years. And as you can see from this chart, we have, and when you're looking at the frequency of noise complaints in our district between 2010 and 2015, we definitely outnumber. We have more complaints in all of the other districts, in Manhattan, other than Community Board District 12. There were 82 complaints per 1,000 adults per year, and a median of the citywide median is 38 complaints per 1,000. So you can see that we are way above the other types of complaints that come in about noise in our community. So we thought this was a great place to start this particular pilot study. I'm sorry, I wanna maximize this if I can. Oh. I guess that's it. Okay, so the adverse impacts of noise. So we know, and our task force has done many studies on this, and had many conversations with elected officials, residents, community agencies that are tasked with enforcement and stakeholders about noise. Noise is much more than just an annoyance, which is one of the impacts of noise. It's much more than just a quality of life issue. What we have always advocated as far as our task force and what this study wants to shed light on is that there are many more adverse impacts of noise that affect us in many more significant ways, including cognitive impairment and sleep disturbances, hearing loss, tinnitus, and cardiovascular disease. We all know if we don't get good sleep, there are impacts, and when we don't sleep well at night because of noise keeping us up. And we also know that there are people in our community who suffer from mental health conditions, and also veterans who can be adversely impacted by excessive noise in our community. So we know that this is a burden, and we know that it's more than just a quality of life issue and an annoyance. And so we want to continue to educate people about this and the impacts of noise in our communities. When I spoke earlier about cognitive impairment, there have been over 20 studies that have shown negative effects of noise on reading and memory in children. Some of you may recall or may not, Dr. Arlene Bronzab conducted a famous study back in the 1970s here in Washington Heights, where she studied the impacts of train noise on school children where the school was right adjacent to the train tracks. And that study is very famous and continues to be relevant today to show that when school children are subjected to excessive noise during school hours and even when they're studying at night, that it does impact their academic abilities.
I can't hear her.
You're muted. We can't hear anything.
Have I been muted the entire time?
No, we just lost you at.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We had you
On this slide.
Yeah, it was just this slide.
Oh, on this slide? Okay. I'm sorry about this. I'll start over. So can people hear me now? I'm assuming they can hear me now?
Yes.
So as far as hearing loss, the Federal Environment Protection Agency has established a safe hearing decibel level limit of 70. So any decibels above 70 is considered unsafe. And was a study by the Department of Health and Mental Health that shows noise levels vary in our community, in our city widely, from 59.1 decibels to as high as 80.7 decibels, which is in the area of unsafe. So this is a concern for hearing health of our community as well. And we know that noise can impact our sleep. There have been many studies, it's just one, that shows that acute and chronic sleep restriction or fragmentation has been shown to affect, among other things, waking psychomotor performance, memory consolidation, creativity, risk-taking behavior, signal detection performance, and risks of accidents. So getting a good night's sleep is extremely important for all of us and for our health. And when our sleep is disturbed, it has these really adverse impacts on us. And so it is very important that we also look at that and see the impact this is having on our community and the overall health of our community. And additionally, another risk for excessive noise is cardiovascular disease. So there is increasing evidence that both road traffic noise and aircraft noise increase the risk of hypertension. And as we know, if anybody has looked at our particular community health assessments that come out yearly, I believe, or annually, this is, our community has a high incidence of hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, and other types of diseases. So we know that noise is linked to a rise in hypertension, and we want to expose, education to this so that we are aware that this can adversely impact the health of our community residents. So with that end, since we know what noise can do to our health, Columbia University has received funding from the Center for Environmental Health and Justice in Northern Manhattan, from the Columbia University Center for Environmental Health and Justice in Northern Manhattan, to study the impacts of noise on sleep health. So what we're going to be doing is there's going to be a pilot study that we're going to be launching here in our community. And what the study is going to focus on is not only the traditional sources of noise that we all know about, like construction and traffic noise, but also emerging noise sources in our community. And we're going to be doing that using novel spectral noise monitors for unsupervised noise source identification. So some of these emerging noise sources include the fireworks that we are subjected to, in many cases daily, the dirt bike activity, other open restaurants program, the noise coming from restaurants and the open restaurants program, and plazas, open plazas. So we're going to be looking at all of these new emerging noise sources to study what is the impact today in 2024 on those noise sources on our residents. And the study is going to recruit a total of 30, maximum 30 study participants. And these study participants will be recruited over the next couple of weeks, months, and in order to help us with the study. And we definitely encourage all of our residents to participate in this study to help us to shed light on the impact of noise in our community. And so we really look forward to people joining us for that study and showing interest in that study. And in order to introduce the study and launch the study and to raise awareness about the issue of noise, we're going to hold a special launch event that's going to be Sunday, June 16th at Haven Plaza, which is located at Haven Avenue and 168th Street in New York City, which is right at Columbia University's medical campus. We're going to have it's called No Noise, or No Noise, and we're going to basically educate people about decibel levels and impacts on health. And we're going to have live demonstrations, noise demonstrations. We're going to have activities. We're going to have a panel discussion, also a community discussion. And there's going to be food, beverages, so we're going to definitely ask people to please come down and join us and learn and sign up for interest in the study. We do have a rain location in case of inclement weather, which we're hoping we don't. But this event will be held from 1 to 3 p.m. And we welcome everybody to join us and to learn more about what we're doing with the study. There will be people there to talk more about the study, to answer questions. And our task force reports will be there to answer questions and talk about the work that we and other organizations and advocacy groups have been doing around noise. That's pretty much it. And I'm sorry about all of the interruptions. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer what I can today. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya. Very interesting study. Couple of things that I'd like to ask is that, number one, we can get some flyers, we can get them distributed. But if you send me the PowerPoint and also the flyer, I will, send it to the senior centers as well, because we can spread the word. And also to this Walking Works, the exercise group at the Armory. If we're gonna reach out to them, I know that. Liz, I see your hand.
Yeah,
Liz?
thanks. I just want to thank Tanya. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to thank Tanya. Thank you, Tanya, for continuing to really keep this at the forefront of what we're thinking about and talking about in the community and on the community board. We kind of take for granted that, of course, noise is a driver of morbidity. And that's in large part because of the work that you and the committee have done on amplifying, no pun intended, Dr. Bransup's work. So just thank you for that.
Well, thank you. And as, because I'm here with the Committee on the Concerns of the Aging, I definitely want to encourage our seniors in our community to participate in the study. We know that seniors are very vulnerable in terms of exposure to excessive noise levels, in terms of impact on their health. And as a vulnerable group, we really want them to participate in the study. We definitely would like them to come down and join us for this event and listen to take part in our panel discussion. And we really want to encourage everyone to attend this. And thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate it. Yes.
James?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Very informative survey and very valuable information. Thank you for that. Is there any way, any plan going forward to disseminate this information to the people that really need to know it, specifically our law enforcement? Because a big part of it is that they're not enforcing the laws. Everybody knows that it's so loud and the loud is bad, but it seems like there's no enforcement of these infractions. So how do we then take this information and put it into use where it really matters?
Yes. Thank you for that question. It's a very good question. Our task force, when we first started back in 2020, one of the first meetings we held was a meeting with all of the city agents that include the NYPD, and the DA's office. It included all the different agencies that have some role in enforcement and noise. And they have continued to work with us, particularly the 33rd precinct. I want to give them a shout out because they've been very, very receptive to our work. But we have been working with them over the last 4 years and really impressing upon them the importance of enforcement. We have a noise code. Unfortunately, the noise code is outdated. It was last updated in 2007, I believe. And we have been advocating as a task force to update that noise code to include these new emerging sources of noise and other things. And we're going to invite them to the event. We're going to invite our elected officials. We're going to invite our city agencies. We're going to invite the NYPD. We're going to invite everyone to the event so they can also learn. And in terms of your question about the flyer, we definitely going to have flyers to you. We're going to have flyers, of course, in Spanish as well. So no need to worry about that. We will be distributing that to you very soon, Mary, and to everyone in the community, and anybody else who needs them can always contact us.
Thank you. That was a great answer.
Yeah, and I had another thought and it went right out of my head. Oh, 33rd precinct. You know, we have a new commander. Is there a plan to meet with him and hopefully continue the process that the former commander put into place?
Yeah, unfortunately, we've experienced some different shifts in the commander at 33rd for like twice already. This is the third time. We had Commander Bello, and then we had Natal, and now we have a new captain. And we definitely plan to reach out.
Yeah, because I think that this one is going to be really out there.
Yeah.
In the community. I mean, he seems to be, you know,
yes,
doing his job.
And we've seen some improvement in our precinct, in our district, and part of our district covered by the 33rd precinct over the years because of their collaboration, not only with us, but with other agencies on enforcement in our community. Now, I just want to be clear that our task force is looking at this holistically. We're not just looking at it from law enforcement, but we are looking at what all of the agencies can do together, to have a holistic solutions to these problems. So we've been in touch with the fire department, regarding the fireworks. We've been in touch with the environment, with the Department of Environmental Protection. We've been in touch with the DOT. We've been in touch with everybody to try to we've been bringing everybody together to try to talk about this and figure out what are some holistic ways we can, solutions we can come up with. That just don't center on enforcement, but center on all of the things that agencies can do.
Excellent.
Thank you, Tanya, for this great
Thank you.
presentation. I
Thank you
need
for
to,
having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
all right, need to move the agenda because our other speaker has arrived on the scene. Oops. Just a moment until we stop the screen share here. And Tanya, can you send that PowerPoint to me as well?
Oh, I did. I sent it to you already. I sent it to you.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, thank you. All right, so moving the agenda right along, Darcy Connors is here. Welcome, Darcy. Darcy is from Sage, and she is going to be our main presenter today for what's going on with Sage and the LGBTQ older adults. Take it away, Darcy.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for having me. As was mentioned, I'm Darcy Connors. I'm the executive director of Sage Serves. I use she, her pronouns, and Sage Serves is a division of Sage that oversees New York City's programs and services for Sage, as well as our replicate programs in South Florida. So want to share a little bit. I have a quick presentation on what is Sage Serves and what we do in New York City, and then kind of the state of where LGBTQ plus aging is at this point in time and how services are being provided and support from City Council and other, other groups within the city. So I will see if I can share my PowerPoint here. Okay, it's saying disabled. So I'll just run through it verbally. So Sage has 4 older adult centers located throughout New York City. We have one at Sage Center Harlem, located on 143rd Street. We have our Edie Windsor Sage Center located in Midtown on 7th Avenue between 27th and 28th. Our 2 affordable housing units also have Sage Centers co-located with them in the Fort Greene neighborhood of Brooklyn.
We lost the audio.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay. We have our 2 older adult LGBTQ plus friendly affordable housing units located in Brooklyn and the Bronx that also have Sage Centers co-located with them. So in the Bronx, we have Sage Center Bronx at Crotona Pride House. Crotona Pride House is an 84 unit affordable LGBTQ plus friendly housing development. It is partnered with Help USA and is run through the HPD lottery system. At Stonewall House is in Fort Greene Park in Brooklyn. Sage Center Brooklyn at Stonewall House is co-located there as well. It's 154 units of affordable LGBTQ plus friendly housing. And that housing unit is in partnership with BFC Partners, who also runs the Brooklyn Community Pride Center, and that is run through the NYCHA housing lottery. So a little bit about Sage. We provide throughout the city of New York care management services as well as special programs for LGBTQ plus older adults. We have our special programs are targeted to those within the LGBTQ plus community who may also continue to be marginalized. And that includes our veterans. Our veteran services starts at 50 and up. We also provide support to veterans for what we call restoration of honor. So during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell era in military service, there were those who were dishonorably discharged or honorably discharged with a caveat to their honorable discharge being that they were being honorably discharged with concerns regarding homosexual activities. The state of New York has a system in place, and the federal government is catching up on that, where we're able to help support our LGBTQ plus veterans and get their honor restored so they have access to VA benefits based on their service time and framework. We work with an attorney group on that. We also have our Sage Positive program, which is focused on those elders living with HIV. That also starts at 50 and up. And actually, one of the kind of scary and hopeful statistics that we often give is that by 2030, so less than 6 years from now, 70% of those living with HIV in New York City and around the country will be over the age of 50. And we're seeing more when we look at, yesterday was Long-Term Survivors Day for HIV. It was the first time the CDC identified HIV as a pandemic and as an illness. And so it's been, 45 plus years of HIV and care. And I have, we have participants throughout the city of New York who have been living with HIV for 40 plus years. So, factoring that in, we'd never, as a society, planned for HIV and aging, and that includes the comorbidities and other things that come with it, and things that, are unexpected, orthopedic concerns, exacerbated due to aging with HIV. COVID, of course, exacerbated a lot of that and concerns in the community for those living with HIV. So we provide a targeted support groups as well. We have long-term survivor support groups. We have support groups for elders who are newly identified as being HIV positive, and other different types of support groups for those who are at high risk for HIV. Our other special program is Sage Trans, which provides support groups to transgender, non-binary, and non-conforming older adults, again, starting at 50 and up throughout New York City. And this is actually another program that is statewide. And the focus of Sage Trans is to provide support with housing benefits and community access points for transgender and non-binary, non-conforming elders. So we offer services and support groups throughout New York City. And one of the things we're working towards is some employment and workforce mobilization and development for our transgender older adults. And finally, our care management services. So like all older adult centers, we offer a care management program, and that provides services throughout New York City for those who need access to, benefits support, housing support. We follow the city of New York's no wrong door policy, where, if you come to us and say, I need help with a landlord, or I need help with, Whole Foods, whatever it might be, we'll try and navigate and support you as best we can through our care management team. Sage also offers some specialized trainings folks might be familiar with. We have our Sage Care credential and training program, which provides LGBTQ plus competency to healthcare providers. It's a great opportunity, especially in Pride Month, to seek out making sure your team is competent in providing services and support to those who identify as LGBTQ plus. It allows for more individualized, person-centered care and approaches when you're providing care from an understanding standpoint versus, kind of not having that understanding. And some of the lingo and things like that may be a little bit different. And so that's where Sage Care can certainly help. And one of the things we see going into Pride Month is that a lot of older adults, especially LGBTQ plus elders, are isolated. And so we do have a friendly visiting program. And one of the things we work with our friendly visitors on is, again, throughout the city of New York, is engagement in their community. And so they're trying to get folks from a point of social isolation to social activation in their community and joining things like the community board. We highly encourage it and support our elders and being members, active members of their community with their friendly visitor, which is a volunteer partner that supports them and does visits with them weekly. So we have a lot going on, of course, as everyone does in Pride Month. So I'm excited to share just a little bit of what we do. And, the future is bright for providing services to older adults, no matter how they identify or their sexual orientation or gender identity. It's to support folks in aging. And I think that's what we're here to do. So I welcome any questions, or happy to provide any follow-up as well.
Thank you, Darcy. Very enlightening. James, go ahead.
Is there any income qualification maximum that would disqualify somebody from taking advantage of these services?
No, we don't have an income basis. There's no income floor for the work we do. Anyone 50 and up for the special programs, and our older adult centers service those who are 60 and up.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Any other questions, anybody? I see no other hands. I thank you so much, Darcy, for coming on to the meeting and telling us, all of the great, wonderful things that you do.
Yeah, congratulations. Thank you.
I have
Yes.
a question. Do you have case managers and who speak languages other than English?
We do. We have Spanish. Right now, we are working on hiring a Mandarin fluent care manager because we do have a large population in our Stonewall House community that is Mandarin speaking. So trying to make sure we provide support in all languages that our providers need. Yeah, good question.
Thank you.
Liz?
Hey, no, I don't have a question. I just wanted to say thanks for the presentation. That was super informative. And thanks for the work that you do.
Thank you.
All right, I see no other hands. Thank you so much, Darcy. You're welcome to stay on or not, but thank you.
My
Great
pleasure.
presentation.
Thank you, everyone. Happy Pride.
Okay. Great presentations today. Wonderful, wonderful. This is great. And just to move the agenda a little bit, old business. Does anyone have any old business to talk about?
It's the aging committee, aren't we all old business?
Oh, no, I'm getting younger. I decided. I'm done getting
Right
old. I just want to point out that Joseph Kalinsky and Richard Allman, both members of this committee, joined us during the presentations, or at the beginning. Welcome them. New business. Under new business, I have committee goals for next year. This is June, our last meeting of this year. We do not meet during the summer in July or August. So we got to think about things we want to accomplish next year. Certainly one of the things that I would like to see accomplished is more meetings at the senior centers to, involve our community seniors in these meetings and presentations and decisions that we make along the way. And along with that goes translation of not only the agenda, but translation of the meetings as well. I know we have Dory who can and will and does translate when we need her to. But I think that, we need to look out to the senior centers as well to help us with translation at the meetings at those centers. To, give us a hand with that. We did go, we got to do one meeting at the Dykeman Senior Center this year. And other than a few technical issues, it went pretty well. Does any of the committee members have anything else that they would like to contribute to goals for the next year? Liz?
I'm
ahead, Liz.
hoping that we're able to have more meetings that are off-site. So, in the coming year, possibly one in Inwood and then another one in Washington Heights.
Are you talking about other than the senior centers, Liz?
No, I mean, I would assume in the senior centers, but I
Okay.
just I think it's good when we're able to move off site. Certainly not,
Correct. I think
every
that's
meeting,
what
but
I think that's what Mary just said, though. I think you're
Yeah.
just echoing her
got
comments.
it. I guess I didn't quite catch exactly what she was. I knew that she had reported that we had done that. I didn't realize that I missed the part where she said we wanted to continue doing that. So never mind. I'm agreeing.
No problem. Dory?
I was just gonna say that ARC is open. We can do meetings at 181st. And I don't know how it will work when we start back in September. We're still gonna do hybrid, but I think that's something that we need to check out. We do have cameras, but I don't know how good they will be for a hybrid CB12 meeting, so.
Well, Ebenezer usually goes out to the center to check everything out beforehand, during like a few days before the meeting, so he would do that. Now, if we want to
Okay.
plan on meeting at ARC
We just
in
need a good
September, is that?
internet. That's
Sorry?
all. We just need a good internet, Wi-Fi there. That's all.
Uh-huh, yeah,
We have hybrid and we do have cameras in our site, so, and they're good for all the Zoom meeting that we've been having virtual, so. That's something that you can come and check, and the space is open if you need it.
so let's plan the September meeting at ARC then. Everybody agree with
Yeah,
that? Does anybody
I would
disagree?
second that. That's a great idea.
Okay, Richard's got thumbs up, okay, cool.
Richard, do you have the flyer for the older adult resource fair? Maybe we can share that since it's next Tuesday in Denny Farrell Riverbank State Park. And also
That's coming under
with,
announcement story. Hold on.
okay, you got it.
In my hand.
I know there's a draft flyer out. I'm not sure that it has all the sponsors since we became
Ernestine just sent me
sponsor.
this morning.
Okay,
Is this the elder abuse one on the 18th?
No, this is an extra one this coming Tuesday, the 11th.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Oh, that one, okay.
there are 3 fairs and festivals I'm aware of this month.
Right.
The 11th is the one sponsored by Assemblymember Taylor over at Denny Farrell Riverbank State Park. ARC is a co-sponsor on that. I don't have the final flyer at this point. It's from 10 to 12:30 on that day. And having been through some hot day outdoor fairs there, I think it's good to report that this one will be indoors. September 18th, Dory.
No, June 18th is
June
gonna
18th.
be Elder Abuse Alianza connecting with the DA's office. Yes, Mary just have the flyer.
Yeah.
So
The
that's
DA
from
I'm
10
sorry.
to 1, the Elder Abuse.
Are you
And
sending
those
them,
are the
Dory?
t-
Okay,
I think that those are the 2 that most directly touch CB12. DA is also doing a June 26th fair, Elder Abuse Awareness Fair at the 125th Street State Office Building Plaza.
right. Okay, so we skipped over future speakers and presentations. I have a couple of requests that have come to me about presentations. One is from a gentleman by the name of Louis Cruz, and he's involved with the Family Enrichment Center in Washington Heights and Inwood. He'd like to come to the committee to do a presentation on the work that they do in the community, particularly with seniors. So I thought we could have him come either in September or October. Also have from Julio Batista, the Jerry Psych Unit team from Columbia would like to do a presentation at the Aging Committee as well. But I could have them come in September and Louis Cruz probably in October, if that's something that people think would be okay. If anybody has any other thoughts or ideas, and let me know now, or we have all summer. Richard.
Maybe someone from HPD to present on senior housing, both what's out there, what the application process looks like, what the very slow timeline is for the application process, and maybe a little bit of a take on what's coming and maybe there's some room for us to do some advocacy behind that if they say there's not much in the pipeline.
Okay. Does anybody have anything else? Diane, is there anything going on that we should know about with Isabella?
Nope. I'm waiting on the latest stats actually for the Health and Environment Committee meeting, so they're not available for me yet now. But as of my last reporting, everything is stable. Census is strong and we're doing okay. All good.
All right. Anybody else? Speak now or hold your peace till September. All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention something. Sorry, I just
Okay.
realized. MJHS is hosting a virtual and free event on June 26th for LGBTQ veterans, and some of the challenges that they have experienced will be addressed. I can send a flyer to you and you could share it with the participants, Mary. Those meetings are normally very well attended and very informative as well.
Thank you. Please do. Yes. Okay, I want to wish everybody a happy, safe summer. My understanding that there are 7 new community board members having been appointed. My understanding is that one of those people might be interested in the Aging Committee. So we're also going to be working on, sorting out the committee members. Hannah, as I announced in the last meeting, will no longer be on the board. She is not continuing. Elizabeth Urena she's a public member, but she has not been coming to the meeting for a number of months. I've asked Catherine Diaz to send her a letter so that we no longer have her on our roster because, having people who are not participating in the committee any longer impedes the ability to have quorum because we have numbers, but we don't have bodies. So, and the other person is Miriam James. I'm not sure yet what's going on with her, but I will again talk to Catherine about her, since she's not been coming to the meeting either. I don't have any, definitive response from Catherine at this point. So that being said, our next meeting will be on Thursday, September 5th. And if all goes well, it'll be at ARC 16. And I will work on, making sure that the agenda gets translated as well, so that it's a bilingual agenda. And hopefully I'll see some of you at some of these events during the month. So have a safe, happy.
Should I make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, you may, James.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
I'll second it if I can from afar.
All right. And our meeting is ended at 11:37 a.m.
I'm in favor of all meetings running this swiftly.
Yes.
I'll motion on the table. Have a good summer, everyone.
Yeah,
Take
we
care,
just
everyone.
All of you
just need
too.
to clone Mary to do the other committees.
Have a good health and safe summer.
Carol, I see you now. I saw you pop in before. All right.
Mary, can we talk after the meeting?
Yes, my love, but I don't have my cell phone with me, so I gotta be. I'll
Can
have
you
to.
call me 212-569-7790?
Say it again.
212-569-7790.
Okay, I'll try and call you from the office.
Yeah, I'll be in the office. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, take care. Bye, everybody.
I was down as Dory. I wish I were Dory.
I know.
To the host, I need you to start the meeting, Mary.
Huh?
You hear the.
What am I doing here?